this month or this year's I'll leave all the video. I cannot talk, Stella. Hey guys, so if you've already seen my fishing for my TBR for February, it is linked down below if not. But I have 4 more books that are getting added to my February TBR. This is due to the fact that I will be taking part in POLARATHON as well as the Literally Dead Book Club. Yeah, we're going to talk about those 4 books. For Kayla's book club, I will leave a link down below showing you all of the information for the book club as well as the February, March, and April picks. But February's book is When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. And this is a thriller, and I'm very excited. The book club is all about reading like mystery, thriller, horror, and all spooky kind of stuff. And this one sounds really good. So this one says, Sydney Green is a Brooklyn born and raised, but her beloved neighborhood seems to change every time she blinks. So this is kind of like a gentrification thriller, which is kind of cool because I'm watching Shameless, so that kind of goes hand in hand. But it sounds really interesting, and it says that whoever blurbed this said they were knocked over by the intense psychological thriller until the very final page, so pretty excited for this. I'll leave all the information linked down below for this year's POLARATHON, and the host and all the information will be in her video, but I'm going to try to sum it up for you. Basically, there are 4 different groups that you can join. They will all be hosted by different booktubers, and then the main booktuber who hosts this is like the judge of it all kind of thing, and you have to read at least 1 polar fantasy, which is a fantasy set in like a wintry setting. And then you have to do 4 prompts, and I will be competing in the Walrus, I believe it is. Let me double check that. So it's hosted by JD Reads, so she's going to be like the judge of it all. And then there are 4 categories. 4 teams. There's Team Polar Bear, which is hosted by Booked and Busy. Team Penguin, which is hosted by at Mind of Molly. Team Walrus, which is the team that I'm joining, which is hosted by at How to Train Your Gavin. Can't say that. Which is hosted by at How to Train Your Gavin. Love him, great channel. And then Team Arctic Fox, which is at the Wild Sasha, who's also really, really good. I love her. I haven't checked out the first 2, so I'm excited to get into their channels as well. And JD Reads is great. But I'm joining Team Walrus, and they actually have merch and everything. So they have bookmarks, they have a link for a page tracker, so you can link all the books you read because the team that has the most wins, basically. And there is a map, so I will link that down below as well. But the map basically is a circle, and in the middle there is polar fantasy, and then there are the 4 groups, and there are 4 prompts per each group. So for me, I have to do a cold waters prompt, a dive in prompt, a dark cover prompt, and an Arctic setting prompt, and a polar fantasy. So there's 5 challenges for each group. So for this, I'm going to be reading the entire Dark Materials series, or his Dark Materials series by Philip Pullman. And so that consists of book number 1, The Golden Compass, book number 2, The Subtle Knife, and book number 3, The Spyglass Amber. Or the Amber Spyglass. I have never read these before. The show looks really interesting, so I'm really looking forward to diving into these 3 books and then watching the show on HBO, and I just love it. So it sounds fantastic and wonderful and fantastical and all the good stuff. So and my friend actually has seen the show, I think the first 2 seasons, and he says it's really good, so I'm excited. But I plan on reading the books and then watching the show because that's just how I roll. But yeah, and the art for the polar fantasy like board that she made is so cute. You have to check it out. And like I said, I'll link her video below, which will have the links to all of the add-ons and whatnot. So yeah, so on top of my like 9 or 10 books that I posted for my fishing for my TBR, which again will be linked down below if you're interested in watching it to see what else I'm getting myself into, I'll be reading these 4 books, which makes it a total of, I believe, 14 books. 13 or 14 books. Oh my goodness. So should be a long month, but I'm sure I'll add more books to it as I go. We'll see. And if you are interested in polar fantasies or want to take part in the POLARATHON, please check out JD Reads' video. If you want to be part of the Literary Dead Book Club, it's super simple. All you have to do is read the book, join the Goodreads Club, and discuss on there. So I'll leave links to everything down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to stick around and see me next time, subscribe. And if you want to talk, leave a comment. But other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.